Hello everybody, welcome back to Chill Vibes Only. Today we are going to be doing yoga for letting go and releasing anything that just no longer serves us, releasing control. If I'm being honest, I do have lots of issues with control. I think that one of my main anxieties stems from just wanting to control everything around me and the situation around me, so I feel like I can't have anything bad happen, which is just not realistic in today's world. And when it comes down to it, you can really only control yourself and your own actions and how we respond and react to what goes on around us. And so letting go and becoming more comfortable with being okay with not being in control of everybody else around you has really helped me lessen my anxiety and find a lot of inner peace, because I know that when I wake up and go about my day, I can control myself and I can control maybe not what's going to happen, but how I interpret it and how much I let it affect me. And in that sense, it helps calm me down and it helps reduce my anxiety, instead of before I used to try to manipulate and control other people, which doesn't work and just causes more stress, more anxiety, and more frustrations between me and the people who I was interacting with in my life. So today's yoga class is all about kind of releasing the need to control the outside world and instead letting go and accepting ourselves and what we can do to change how we experience everyday life. So with that being said, this is an affirmation practice, so we're going to be saying an affirmation. So today's affirmation is going to be, I accept the things I cannot change. So I accept the things I cannot change can really mean a lot to us. It could be people, a situation, a place, a current job we're in. I accept things I cannot change. And that is a really powerful affirmation, because it's acknowledging that we have to accept that life is going to be a certain way. When things happen, we sometimes just have to roll with it, and again, focus our energy on ourselves instead of on trying to manipulate a situation that it's not going to change. So I accept the things I cannot change is our affirmation for today. I actually want to start in child's pose. You can be in a wide-legged child's pose to open up the hips more. If you want a little bit more stretch in your upper back, you can have a closed legs child's pose. We're going to reach our hands out nice and long in front of us, letting our chin or our forehead rest towards the mat. Take a deep breath in, feel your back ribs expand, and then exhale, release. I accept the things I cannot change. Wow, super, super powerful affirmation. So just notice what comes up for you when you say that to yourself, and what things come through your mind. Maybe what past experiences show up. And a powerful thing of accepting the things that we cannot change is also accepting that we cannot change the past. So I accept that I cannot change the past, but what can I do right here? I can let go, I can use my breath, I can release and forgive myself. And that might make me feel better. So starting to rework our brains and our minds. I accept the things I cannot change. On your next inhale, we're going to slowly just come into a slight twist. So begin to reach that right arm underneath the left, walking our right fingertips out, coming on our right cheek can rest on the mat. Right hand reaches out strong. Left arm reaches forward. Nice big juicy stretch in our side shoulder. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. Noticing where our mind goes as we tune into our bodies. Can you bring your mind back to this experience, to this breath, to our affirmation? We'll take 2 more breaths here. Awesome. Slowly push yourself back up. Take 1 breath in our wide-legged child's pose. And then begin to reach that left arm underneath the right, coming onto our left cheek. Reaching both arms in opposite directions. Nice juicy stretch on our left shoulder. And then tuning back in, I accept the things I cannot change. And maybe even adding to that, I forgive myself for the things I cannot change. Because part of acceptance is forgiveness and understanding that we were doing our best with the information we had at the time. And there's no going back or changing that, but we can use those experiences to guide our judgments and our actions in the present moment and in the future. And that's a really powerful, beautiful way to let go of the past, is to take those lessons we've learned and find ways to use them for the better in our everyday lives and as we move forward. Because holding on to trying to change something in the past that's not going to be able to be rewritten or redone is only going to bring us suffering. So take a deep breath in and say, I accept the things I cannot change and I forgive myself for them. Because we're all human and we all make mistakes. It's how we choose to learn from those mistakes that really matters. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, come back up. Take a breath in child's pose. And slowly push yourself up into our tabletop position. And in tabletop, we'll just do a couple cat-cows here. So inhale, dropping the belly, looking up. And then exhale, round the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the spine. One more time, inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round in. Awesome. We'll come into downward facing dog, and from our downward facing dog, just walk your legs out one or another, walk your dog, kind of stretching out any tension, and then we'll begin to reach our right leg up into the air, bringing our right knee behind our right wrist, coming into pigeon pose. So take a peek back at that right leg, or left leg, make sure it's nice and straight. Inhale. Open up, and then exhale, slowly begin to fold over that right thigh, whatever amount works for you. You can rest your forehead on the mat. Trying to square off our hips here so we're not dumping too far into one side. Relaxing our forehead and our shoulders. Our hips tend to carry a lot of emotion and past experiences in them, so being super compassionate here, using our breath, breathing in and out. Releasing and letting go what no longer serves us. And then coming back to our affirmation of I accept the things I cannot change. And take 2 more breaths here. And slowly inhale our way back up to center. Pressing back into our downward facing dog. Just taking a breath here to pedal that out. And then when we're ready, coming into thread the needle pose on the other side. Reaching our left leg up, bringing that left knee to the back of our left wrist. Again, taking a peek back at the right leg, make sure it's nice and straight, and then a deep breath in. And then slowly fold down over your left leg. One side might be a lot different from the other, so just not having any judgment here, working with where you're at. And take 2 more breaths here. And slowly push ourselves back up. Finding our way back into our downward facing dog. And then from our down dog, we'll come forward, kneeling on our knees, or you can sit in a cross-legged seated position. We're just gonna stretch out the arms here. So inhale, reach our arms up, and then exhale, bring that right hand to meet our left elbow. So your left palm is on the back of your right shoulder. You might have a bind here. If you do, you can loop your hands around the back, interlacing your fingers. Opening our chest up. I accept the things I cannot change. And I accept the things I cannot control. And take 2 more breaths here. Awesome, release. This time, right arm reaches up, grabs onto, or left arm reaches up, grabs onto our right elbow. Right palm is on the back of our left shoulder. Again, if you have the bind, you can take the bind. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Awesome, releasing. Plant your forearms onto the mat, and we're gonna walk our legs out, coming into Sphinx pose. So just opening up our chest and our heart here. So your elbows are underneath your shoulders, chest is nice and bright here, shining forward. Belly's relaxed, thighs are relaxed. You can keep your head up or drop your chin in. Sometimes it's nice to have your head angle here. And accept the things I cannot change. And take 3 deep breaths. Awesome. We're just going to do a slight thigh stretch here. So bring your left arm so it's parallel to the top of your mat. Bend your right your right knee, and then reach back and grab that right knee with your foot. If you don't get it, that's okay. You can just keep the leg bent. We're going to draw that right heel into the right seat, opening up through the right side of the body. We'll just be here for 2 breaths, nice and easy. Awesome, releasing that side. This time bringing our right forearm to the top of our mat, reaching back with our left hand, pulling that left foot into our left seat. 2 easy breaths here. Releasing, awesome. And then you can push yourself back up, coming into closed leg child's pose, letting your forehead rest towards the mat. On every exhale, thinking of something that we're going to let go of, that we're going to release. Knowing that you have the power to control yourself and yourself only. So always focusing on what you have control over in a situation. When something happens, our first response should be inwards. Question yourself. How are you reacting? How are you responding? How can you change your experience? And maybe that just means that you have to let go of the fact that it's not going to be what you envisioned or intended, but having faith and trusting in the universe that what is to come is going to be meant for you and more perfect for you than what you could have ever imagined on your own. So just having that faith and that trust. Everything around you is coming to be exactly as it should be for you. So just releasing that need to control and suffer by trying to force it to be something that it's not, or that it shouldn't be. Slowly roll yourself back up, coming to a seat. You can kneel on your shins or sit up cross-legged. We'll bring our hands to heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. The divine light in me honors and acknowledges the divine light in each and every single one of you. Namaste.